we have a real collective intelligence and network to get things done together and to drive change forward for the benefit of children and young people across Scotland.
Youth work has such a significant impact on children and young people's lives. Fundamentally, it helps children and young people enjoy their rights.
Poverty is about an imbalance of income, wealth and power. And what youth work does is give young people that power back. Youth work is a vital anti-poverty tool in Scotland.
Youth work is an excellent upstream way to build relationships, to support people, to support families, and to make sure that young people have a voice in their lives and in their care and in their situation, whatever it might be.
Bringing together all of our resources in education and in youth work and in other areas to focus these and to make best use of each of these individual components to give every learner that best possible life chance. And youth work has got to be a central part of that process.
Youth workers are able to reach into young people in a way that other professions might not be able to. So basically, the impact of youth work is changes in lives.
I think youth work is a real lifeline for young people in Scotland, particularly if you look at the sort of myriad of issues that they have to deal with day in, day out, whether that's attainment, it's housing, it's poverty. Youth work for me is the thing that would cut across all those areas.
We should invest in youth work not only because it's the right thing to do, but it's because it's an investment in all our futures.
There's so many speeches about youth work funding, and it's always from it's from a different lens. It's like from education and from poverty, and there's just so many benefits that all ties into youth work. It's so frustrating to have those conversations with decision makers because it's just like they're not seeing what we're seeing.
We don't put resources into it, there will be no youth work, and then we'll see the consequences of that. Youth work has to be valued and resourced. No question about it.
Well, youth work is transcendent. It reaches the parts that other forms of education just can't reach. It is part of the answer that people in this building are seeking.
I think it could have an enormously positive impact to young people in a variety of ways. I mean, it affords young people opportunities that they're not going to pick up through the kind of school system and a classroom. And often it's delivered in a way which they're more comfortable with.
It's transformative. Youth work is transformative. The people who work in the sector provide such a good support to young people across the country. It gives additional value to education. It helps prevent poverty. It helps sort some of the crisis that we're seeing right now in mental health for young people.
I know that youth work has a huge impact on young people, not only for the outcomes, but also for raising young people's horizons and showing them what they can achieve.
I think securing a future for youth work is actually the crucial question, because it's not a one-off budget in 1 year and then go away the next year. It's an ongoing responsibility that older generations and politicians have to our young people. Well, I think it has to continue doing what it is doing in working with young people, advocating on their behalf, but it must be supported to do that, because as budgets get tightened across all departments, this is an area that we can't scrimp and save.
If we invest in our youth, then we get the outcomes that we hope will take us forward as a nation.
I think we need to come together to do it. It needs to be a cross-sectoral approach, so voluntary organisations, government, both national and local, and MSPs in our position and MPs, everybody with any influence.
I think that needs to be looked at in terms of policy, government level, the importance of youth work, and cutting youth work services is not helping.
And if we're saying, youth work works, it's transformational, it changes young people's lives, then invest in it.
To secure the youth work sector in Scotland, we need to recognise through both qualitative and quantitative information the impact that youth workers and the youth work sector has on improving outcomes for children and young people.
I think it has to be a crucial part of the way that we fund and that we look after our young people if we want them to grow up to be able to thrive.
People often say, what's the economic argument for investing in youth work? And I would say we've got both a moral and an economic argument. And to me, the evidence is pretty clear.
There's a tremendous need for youth work. The demand for youth work has really grown in the last few years. If we're looking for Scotland to be the best place for children and young people to grow up, it's not right now. And we need to be honest about that. But the possibilities with a vibrant youth work sector is that we can make a huge impact on that.